to another vanilla base design. This one's a proper castle fit for a solo king.
King in the castle.
Just take a look at the base and you'll see. It's even got these things at the top that you always see on castles. And before you start typing, well that's just a waste of stone, nah, you need to chill out. It's used to disguise the roof peak ups, so it's functional, okay? It's fine, it's allowed. I was aiming for solo with this one, however lazy small groups can easily build this base. And for those of you chilling in the big boy groups, stick around because there could be some features that you can steal for your own bases. If you boys could hit the sub button and smash like, that would mean a ton. As per usual, if you have any questions, I'm always around in the Discord down below. And with that said, let's jump into the costs. First of all, on screen we have the total build cost for the base. This does include every single deployable that you'll see inside of the tour. Second up, to make sure you can visualize this a lot easier, we've got it in box amounts, so this is how many boxes of each material you're going to need to build the base. Finally, we have the upkeep. This is how much mats you're going to need to spread between your two TCs to keep your base alive. As for the raid costs, I welcome you boys to try and find the cheapest path. Here's the sanctuary code so you can load in the base. TC can be placed on either the second or the first floor depending on if you want an easier starter or a more expensive door raid. The cheapest path I've found was 22 rockets straight to TC with an extra 8 rockets to gain building privilege, and that path avoided most loot rooms. As for the tour, we have a 2 TC base that starts off with a single double door airlock. After a couple of doors, we're met with the inner peaks. The inner peaks can be filled with boxes, furnaces, and anything else you might need. It also gives access to the core and 2 external loot rooms. The external loot rooms can be used for anything such as beds, extra storage, and batteries. Inside the core we have access to our tier 3 and an unlootable loot room that you can access by standing on a campfire. Our second floor houses the TC and everything around is guarded by a turret. The third floor houses a mini open core where you can quick depot all of your loot. Heading through the garage door and up the ladder hatch takes us to our roof. The roof access has a 2-door airlock and a window to look outside. A selection of roof pieces allow us to get a nasty head glitch whilst roof camping. There's also space for a windmill up here, and there's 3 roof peak ups to defend the top of your base. This time from the 3rd floor we can head through to the peaks and shooting floor. The shooting floor is mainly filled with ramp peak downs that are super stable, along with window frames all the way along. We also have elevated sections that give access to the roof peak ups and some more window frames. From the higher up sections you can also peek down on players inside your shell, and it makes it a lot harder to rocket PvP you. In order to get a wider angle, you can also drop down inside the peaks to shoot at raiders. Hopefully by this point you boys want to know how to build the base, so let's get on with the starter. Very quickly, here is the total footprint for the base, so make sure you've got enough room before you start building. This is where the 2 TCs are going to go. Take a screenshot of this if you need it, and let's get on with the build. For starters, we're going to throw down a hexagon. Place a single door on one triangle, and then wrap the rest in walls. From your single door you can place a wall on the right, frames in between, and then you can leave out these last 2 triangles. Then you can place roofs all the way along the top, and the roof directly opposite your front door is going to be wooden. Place your TC in the back left corner for just now, however you can move it to the 2nd floor when you're ready. Make sure you lock your TC and then you can place down all the deployables inside your base. Once you've thrown down all your deployables, that completes the starter unit. Currently this wooden triangle is a bit of a weak point, so we're going to want to upgrade this as quickly as we can. Starters, you can place a wall out the way, a window to the side, and a door frame on the left. Then come outside and place a roof on top, and place a half height triangle inside all of this. Then you can upgrade your airlock to stone. Throw on a window and a door. And once your airlock is secured, you can break the wooden triangle. For just now, you can use a furnace to jump up. Once you're ready to continue, we're going to surround the 2nd floor in walls. And once you've surrounded the 2nd floor, you can create a jump up on this triangle here. Try not to fill in this triangle because we're going to place our TC in here later on. Next up, you can place in 3 door frames. You can upgrade everything here to stone. Throw a ceiling on top except for where your half height triangle is. Then you can fill in this floor with deployables. Once you're happy with your 2nd floor, start farming up to continue building. You should also aim to get the entire core upgraded to metal. Whenever you're ready, shotgun out your TC and move it up to the 2nd floor. Don't forget to lock your TC and then upgrade all the walls and floors around it to armor. Then you can build your unlootable loot room downstairs. Break all the boxes and furnaces inside the core, then create a half height shelf inside the 2 triangles. Upgrade them to metal so they can't be soft-sided easily. Then you can place in your bottom 2 boxes. The bottom 2 are going to need to get locked, then you can place in your top 2. No need to lock those, and once you're done, place a window frame in front. Upgrade the window frame to metal, and place a half height triangle. In order to access the bottom boxes, we're going to place a campfire. Use the campfire to walk up and access the boxes. Once you're ready to continue, we're going to start building the shell of the base. Pick any triangle to start building off of, and we're going to place a square and a triangle. Then you can delete your square, and place 4 squares off of this triangle. Then you can cap off your 4 squares with a triangle. Then you can break everything before this triangle. From this point, we're going to build back with triangle half moons. And then you can finish it off with a row of 3 triangles. Then you can break everything apart from the 3 triangles. Next, we're going to place a square and 3 triangles on each side. Then you can break everything apart from the 2 triangles. Then you can place 2 triangles and 2 squares. And then we can break these triangles. Same thing on this end, we're going to do 2 triangles and 2 squares. And we can break the triangles. And same thing over here. Then we're going to close up the gap with 2 triangles. This is your footprint for the base. Go ahead and upgrade it all to metal. Now we're going to add an entrance to this base. Choose the 2 squares that are furthest away from your single door. Start by placing 2 triangles off of the square. And you can upgrade this triangle to metal. Then we're going to build 4 squares coming off. And we can cap those off with 3 triangles. Then you can demolish the first 3 squares. And then we're going to upgrade this first triangle to metal. And the rest is stone. On the metal triangle, we're going to add 2 half walls towards the base. And then full walls all the way around. Place a single door at the start. And your TC can go in the metal triangle. Then you can add a roof on top. Make sure you lock your TC and upgrade everything around it to metal. Upgrade the rest of the external TC to stone and then add window frames in between. Add in 2 windows and then you have an 8 rocket external TC. Place a single door in front just so you're safe taking off your windows. Then we're going to surround this triangle in metal frames. And then we're going to connect the external TC to the base with floor frames. And these floor frames can be metal. If you ever need to replace the main TC inside core, and this one's overlapping it, simply place a roof on the stone foundation, and the TC will disconnect. To rebuild your TC, break the ramp and replace your floor frame. Then we can build our airlock. Add a single door on the top left, and add a double door on the back right. Then we're going to place window frames in between. Finally, a wall on the back left. Finish it off with a door frame in the middle and add a roof on top. You can upgrade your entire airlock to stone. Then you can place in all the doors and windows. As for the shell, we're going to add walls all the way around the triangles, and these walls can get upgraded to metal. Then we can wrap our squares in walls as well, but they're going to be stone. Then you guys can decide whatever you'd like to do with these 2 squares, or just copy what I did in the tour. Use the extra squares for whatever you'd like, or you can just copy what I've done. I used 1 set of squares for an external loot room, and I turned the opposite side into an extra spawn point. Once you're done, you can add ceilings on top. Next, we can raise up the shell by 1 set of walls, and they can all be metal. Just like this. Then on the triangles, we're going to add full walls. And then in between on the squares, we're going to add in half walls. Again, these can all be upgraded to metal. Make your way to the bottom floor, and we're going to add in some stability for the peak downs. Start by placing 3 frames all the way along. On the outer 2 frames, we're going to add in half walls. On the center frame, we're going to add in a full wall. Then you can add window frames on the outer 2. And upgrade all of this stuff to stone and then repeat it on the remaining 2 sets of triangles. Once you've done that, you can place your embrasures on, and place some triangles on top of the full wall to stand on. Next up, we're going to line the hexagon with a layer of low walls. You can upgrade these low walls to metal, and then you can place in square floors to close up the gaps. Just like that, and then you can upgrade all of these to metal. Place in a triangle to be a jump up to the roof. And on the opposite end, we're going to add in a window and a door. And surround the rest of this area in metal walls. Place in a frame and a ladder hatch on this triangle. Then you can add a metal roof on top of the rest. Then you can throw in your doors and windows on this section. And then you can also place in all your boxes inside this section. Beside each of your peak downs, we're going to place a furnace into the back middle. And to build the shooting floor, we're going to place in some stability. Start by placing in a frame and a half wall. Go along and do this across all of your squares. Next, we're going to place metal frames on top of the half wall that we just placed. Now you can place half twig squares on top of the frame. Then on top of the twig square, we can place in a raised ramp. Above each of the ramps, we're going to place a low ramp to connect it. And then from this point, you can upgrade all of your ramps to metal. After that, you're safe to shoot out your twig floors. Beside the right hand side ramp, we're going to place in a wall. And on the left, we're going to place in a door frame. All around the metal frames, we're going to place in windows. And you can upgrade those to stone as well. And this is what the base should look like so far. In order to complete the shooting floor, we're going to add some more stability. Come outside and build some triangles. Upgrade these 2 triangles to metal and break the rest. Then we're going to go up with 3 frames to stabilize the peaks at the top. These frames are going to get upgraded to metal, and you can do them all the way around the base. Keep in mind that these frames are actually going to be decaying until we connect them at the top. Add these triangles around to the other 2 sides as well, and then upgrade them all to metal. Then you can line all of these new triangles with window frames. For stability, we're going to throw in some frames. All of the frames you just placed in can actually get upgraded to stone. From the section with all the triangles, we're going to place a low wall on the right and a half wall on the left. And if you've done that right, it should look like this. And you can upgrade your half walls and low walls to stone. Then you can place in all of your square roofs and upgrade them to stone. And you can add triangle roofs around all of your hexagons. And upgrade all of those to stone as well. And don't forget to place in all of your window frames. Then from underneath, we're going to place in some triangle roofs all the way around the hexagon. And once you've got a little tower going on, you can upgrade it all to stone. And repeat that on the remaining 2 sides. In between each of your towers, we're going to place in some square roofs, and they can all get upgraded to stone as well. We can also build an airlock at the top of the ladder hatch. And upgrade it all to stone. Don't forget to place all of your doors and windows inside the shooting floor and on the roof. And once you've done all of that, that completes the base design. Hopefully you boys did enjoy this video and you guys liked the base. If you did enjoy it, then please feel free to leave a like on this video and drop me a sub, it would help me out a ton. Hope to see this base out there on some servers, and hopefully you guys can defend some onlines. Don't forget to click the link in the description for how.gg, and I'll see you boys next time.